Vladimir Kara-Murza is known as one of the most influential figures behind Canada's Magnitsky-style sanctions against Russia.
He was the person, I would say, probably most effective in convincing the Parliament here on the need for Magnitsky sanctions.
The Kremlin critic and opposition politician who has been poisoned twice now sits in a Russian prison, charged with treason, and faces a possible 24 years there.
And I just think that I'm putting my small nail in the coffin of this regime, and I'm going to put it deep.
A team including his wife, businessman Bill Browder, and former Justice Minister and human rights advocate Irwin Cotler are on Parliament Hill pushing the government to use those sanctions against the people who put him behind bars.
And I'm delighted that since this is a place that Vladimir Kara-Murza began with his struggle for global Magnitsky sanctions, that this is only poetic justice that Canada should be the leader in beginning to impose these sanctions.
Monday, the Foreign Affairs Minister took action against 34 individuals and one entity whom she says spread disinformation about Kara-Murza.
Spreading lies and putting his family in danger. So that was the first step.
Step 2 will target a list of 13 judges, police officers, and prosecutors directly involved in Kara-Murza's case. We can expect those sanctions to come next.
I am discovering my husband's work, basically. I now know what it looks like, what it feels like to meet with so many decision makers in one day, to give all the interviews and all that, with the purpose of raising awareness about what's happening, not just in my husband's case, but in Russia, against the backdrop of this horrendous war.
Canada has levied all kinds of sanctions against Russia for months. On the question of whether they work, the foreign minister says these will have an impact. In this case, it's also about leadership. They expect other countries to follow Canada and invoke sanctions targeting those connected to the Kara-Murza case. Abigail Bimman, Global News, Ottawa.